Hi you guys, Rachel Claire, theboulderpsychic.com, coming to you today. Just wanted to share with you a little bit and answer a question I posted the other day that I would be popping in live and answering some questions, and you'll just have to excuse that I'm outside, but there's also construction going on. I found this really sweet little spot to just sit by this water. And then they, of course, in the summer months, they're always doing construction. So I wanted to share with you guys what I say are 3 proven ways to develop your psychic abilities, okay? And hopefully we empathic, sensitive types can handle the construction noise that just started in the background. So the first way is super important, and I don't really hear it talked about a lot, but the number 1 way to develop your psychic ability is validation. You've got to validate that you already are psychic. You have to validate what you're already aware of, what you're already perceiving and receiving and intuiting and, knowing. And so, let's see, what else do I want to say about that? You've got to validate. Validation is how we say hello to ourselves in a body. It's how we say hello to other spirits. It's how we say hello to ourselves as a spirit. And anytime we put attention on something, it grows. So validating yourself as spirit, validating your energy, validating that you already are psychic, validating that you can trust yourself. Validation is the number 1 way to begin to develop your psychic abilities. We're so entrained in this culture to think that we're not psychic, and we are. We're intuitive, we're empathic. Some of us are more sensitive than others and pick up on more than others, or we're different types of empaths. But if we don't actually validate who we are, then we don't ever even get to have it or experience it or know it, right? Because we're like not having it. So validation, just validate your psychic awareness and your abilities. The second really important step is clearing the cobwebs. So this is why I'm always teaching my Women's Intuition Toolbox and the steps of grounding your root chakra to the earth and cleansing your aura and replenishing with gold suns, because we have to clear the cobwebs of our minds. We have so much coming at us. We have to be able to identify what is our spirit and our energy and what is others. And so that's a super important part. And so, psychic is of the soul. Being psychic is soul energy. So how do you know what your soul feels like? How do you know what your unique energy blueprint feels like if you're never clearing the cobwebs and you're never letting go of other people's energy and other people's feelings? You are never going to know your own energy. You're never going to know your own perceptions, because if you're sensitive and empathic and you're walking through the world, you're picking up everybody else's energy, and you have to have tools to cleanse that. You have to have tools to work with to release that energy so that you can actually be like, this is what I feel like. This is my energy. This feels really good to me. So clearing the cobwebs, working with energy, is a really important step. And the third thing people have to do that I also don't think is talked about a lot is people don't realize that self-esteem is a huge issue when it comes to having your psychic abilities. You're not going to follow your guidance. You're not going to be brave enough to speak your guidance if you don't have good self-esteem. And the first 2 steps that I just shared with you are actually super potent and powerful steps to helping you with number 3. So if you validate yourself, if you validate your abilities, if you validate that you're already psychic, and then you clear the cobwebs by doing your energy work, then you're going to increase your self-esteem, because you're going to be more connected to the truth of who you really are and the part of you that is everlasting and super true and real, and not just of this sort of ephemeral world that dissipates and disappears. So, it's important that we remember that we're all psychic and that we're all intuitive and that we're all these healers and we have these abilities, but some are more open than others, and some are going to choose to use them and others won't. And so important aspects of that is to validate yourself for whatever it is you're trying to do. Validate who you are, validate your spirit, validate your energy, and have a practice that clears the cobwebs. have a practice like the guided meditation that I share that helps you let go of foreign energy that's not yours, so you can replenish and then really start to have a good self-esteem, because you cannot be psychic and follow your guidance if you don't have a good sense of self. So I'm on my phone today, so I can't really see you guys if you're commenting or anything like that. So I'll check back later if you have any questions or comments or anything else you want to talk about along this topic. But I just wanted to pop in today because I promised I would and share 3 important proven steps to developing your psychic abilities. And if you're just joining us, I shared that those are 1, validation, validating that you already are psychic, validating yourself, validating your spirit. Number 2, clearing the cobwebs, so having some sort of practice where you're working with your energy to decipher what's yours and everybody else's and cleaning that space. And number 3, building your self-esteem. And 1 and 2 are going to help with 3. You cannot do anything without good self-esteem. All right, you guys, bye-bye.